Yo, what is poppin' YouTube? It is your boy B here, bringing you guys a video today. I have a special one for you. As you guys saw in the clip before, I have a 570k DPS build for you guys here today. We are going to be talking about this MPX build. I did have a 640k DPS vector build that I was, going to release for you guys. But here's the problem. I'm so tired of seeing everybody running around with a vector. I'm so tired of seeing this vector fucking meta, bro. So I decided not to release that build. I apologize. I did not want to release that vector build because I do not want to play into this whole vector meta. I do not want to, have any part in it. I do not want to, even just be a part of this whole vector shit because I'm tired of seeing people run around with vector, with shield, all this other stuff. Only time I ever use vector is if I'm playing off camera or if I'm going to be playing maybe some PvE. I use the vector in PvE because it seems to work better than this MPX, so I use the vector in PvE. Only time I will ever use a vector. I'm not going to be using a vector for a build video until they maybe nerf the vector or something like that. I don't know. This is just for now. This is just, my decision for now. I might release the build. I might not. It just all depends. Like I said, I don't want to play into this vector build meta. So anyway, let's go and get straight into the video. But before we do, make sure you guys definitely hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and definitely turn on notifications to get all my videos. Comment down below what you guys are going to be thinking of this build when I show you guys here. But without further ado, let's get straight in. So this build here, guys, like I said, it's a 570k DPS MPX build. It hits over 500k every time, guaranteed, especially from close to medium ranges. Anywhere from further than that, it's about 300k. So this is a very, very good build in my opinion. I'm mismatching the 6-piece gear set, True Patriot with some Prov and Sokolov, as you guys could see. I'll explain everything here in a minute, but first let's go and get to the gun. This is actually a trash MPX because I don't like the talent on it. I don't like this unwavering talent. I wish I had a better talent, then it would really be good. But this unwavering talent is just ignore that. What you really want to look for is an MPX with a Allegro on it, and everlasting, which is pretty good for an MPX. That's pretty good in my opinion. Pro red dot sight, you want to use the extended 9mm mag, and you also want that small laser pointer as well as the off spray suppressor for that. I'm just running a custom P4 as my secondary. I need to get a better P4 too, just kind of really re-roll that talent right there. Secondary doesn't really matter. It's all about this MPX. You guys can see 16.6k base damage. I have it out here. I could probably get it to 17. I just haven't gotten the right rolls on my gear yet, but I could probably get it to 17. Once you roll Allegro on it, it'll go up to 935 RPM because I think it has a base RPM of 850. So you want to get it to that 900 range. That's what's going to be able to help you compete with vectors and all that other stuff. And then you have a 50 round magazine. So that is pretty good there. Now moving on to the gear. Who cares about the pistol? Moving on to the gear here. As you guys can see, I have 216k armor, 500, or sorry, not 500 health. Imagine I have 55,000 health right here. So let's get to the mask. True Patriot mask, running 2-piece. So that 2-piece is going to give me that 10% damage to armor, which is going to be very important for this build, as well as 6% critical hit chance and 32% hazard protection. I was going to roll health onto this mask instead of the hazard protection, but I wanted to get that critical hit chance. If I could get me a better True Patriot mask that already has a better critical hit chance and I could roll more health onto it, then I will do that. If you guys could do that also, go ahead and do that. Next, we're moving on to the backpack here. We're running a Providence defense bag, 3-piece Prov. So we're gonna get that 10% skill power, health, and weapon damage, or 8% health, 5% weapon damage. On this backpack, I have 12,000 bonus armor rolled onto it, 3.5% critical hit chance, as well as 4% critical hit damage with the talent efficient on it. So this is a very good backpack. Moving on to the Sokolov chest piece. This is my baby right here. Now, I did have a Sokolov chest piece that had Berserk on it. No idea what I did with it. I might have sold it or just deconstructed it. But, if you get a chest piece with Berserk on it, a Sokolov chest piece with Berserk, then by all means, try and grind for that. That's really gonna make this build even better. But I wasn't able to find that, unfortunately. But this has 4% critical hit chance, 8.5%. 4% critical hit damage, 8.5% critical hit chance, 5.5% weapon damage, as well as 8,400 health as the self-adjusting talent with a system mod dexterity, 2% weapon damage, 3% optimal range, and 2% weapon handling. Moving on to the gloves here, 4,832 health, as well as 6% SMG damage modified, as well as 15% damage to elites. I need to give me some gloves that have devastating on them too, with higher SMG damage. If you guys can find Providence gloves and roll devastating and have higher SMG damage on them already, go for it. That's gonna make this build even better. Because if I throw these gloves, if I throw devastating gloves on it, just to show you, if I have that 2% SMG damage less on it, I'm hitting for 16.4k. But if you could get devastating on these gloves as that extra 5% weapon damage, the 16.6k probably goes to about 16.9, 1700 around there. So if you guys could get some better gloves, go for it. Holster, like I said, to complete the 2-piece to get that 10% damage armor. This also has 11.5% critical hit chance, as well as 7,900 health, almost 8,000, and that through a defensive protocol stamina mod. So I get an extra 3,000 health, 512 armor regeneration per second, and 8,000 armor on kill. And these knee pads here to complete the 3-piece, 6,479 bonus armor, also capacitive for the 20% scroll duration, and the offensive protocol mod precision for 1.5% weapon damage, 3% optimal range, and 2.5% headshot damage. So that is a pretty good build here. Like I said, it's hitting for 570k. I'm gonna be showing you guys some clips from my conflict match. I didn't really get any dark zone clips because I was going around the dark zone and I couldn't really find anybody. So, you know, I kind of just had to use some conflict clips. I apologize. When it's not normalized, you guys see 142,000 armor, 46,000 health, and then the base damage on the MPX will be hitting for 5.7k. So it's hitting harder than my P4, which is weird. That's very weird how that's hitting harder than my P4. I don't understand that, but you know, I have this as a SMG build, so it is supposed to hit harder, which is pretty good. Now, here we go. As you guys can see, I have pretty much everything unlocked except that unwavering talent on the MPX. I would have all my skills unlocked. You guys can see here, 56% critical hit chance, so it's almost maxed out, and I get 33% critical hit damage, 52% headshot damage, and you know, you see that 31% SMG bonus, and then you know, you guys could see everything else here. Let me know what you guys think of this build in the comment section below. What are you guys running? You know, let me know all of that below. I didn't want to make this build video too long. I want to make these, you know, about like 8 minutes, 10 minutes. I want to make these like 20-minute build videos, you know, of me just talking about the build. But, you know, oh, before I forget, let me go ahead and get into my skills here. So the skills, you want to use Fixer Drone. I don't want people to be running around with the goddamn Defender Drone. I am so tired of seeing the Defender Drone, man. It is annoying. I've even started to be so annoyed with it that I only pull it out just when other people are using it, because I don't want to sit there and try and compete against other people's Defender Drones. Now, you could counter it and use the EMP before they pop it, but the EMP doesn't last very long. And if they just decide to run away or something like that until their Defender Drone comes back, or if they have a group, then, you know, kind of bad for you. So, you know, because people are, what they're starting to do is they're starting to run around with this shield, you know, this shield right here, the Crusader shield, and then they're starting to run around with Defender Drone. So now it's like they have double shield, and it's going to be impossible to kill them if they run around with that vector. So, you know, until there is a build that directly could counter all this and can completely just shred through that build, for now, this is something that may have to work because this does hit a little bit harder than my vector. Let me actually go to my stash and kind of show you guys here what my vector is actually hitting in terms of just base damage. So my vector is actually hitting for 11.2k base damage, but it does have a 1.2k RPM. So, you know, it is kind of shooting a little bit faster. I wish the MP5 or, you know, one of the MP5N or the ST were actually able to compete with the vector, but the problem is the RPM is just so goddamn slow in this gun that it's not going to be able to compete with either of these guns, because, you know, you need a gun that's going to have higher RPM. So I mean, the RPM is not slow, but it's slow compared to, like, you know, everything else. Like, you know, you could run around with like an MP7 vector, or, you know, you could run around with the MPX. You know, those are the 3 SMGs you could really only run around with in this game until you're at a disadvantage. You can't use something like the SMG9, or you maybe can, I don't know. I haven't tested it out with Allegro yet. I'm not entirely sure. But you can't run around, you know, with like the freaking, shit, what's that SMG? The T821, you can't even run around with that because the fire rate on that is just too slow. Yes, it hits extremely hard, but the fire rate is just too slow. You can't really run around with the Chatterbox either because, 1, it has lower base damage than, you know, my MPX. And then 2, RPM, you got to build your RPM, which sucks. And it's only 1% rate of fire. It should be at least like 2 or 3% rate of fire, you know, every time to allow this gun to compete, especially for what you have to do for this freaking gun. So they need to up the rate of fire on this Chatterbox at least by another % or 2 in order to make it compete. But anyway, y'all, this has been another video with your boy B. Like I said, let me know in the comment section below what you guys think of this build. Enjoy these clips. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button if you guys are new. And I'm going to see you guys in the next video. I'll be working on more builds for you guys later this week. I'm going to start taking my time on my builds so I could come up with builds like this that are better and, you know, actually very useful for you guys. So anyway, y'all, I'm going to see you on the next video. Sit down! Who does this guy think he is?
It's payday, fellas! I said it's fucking payday, motherfucker!